Hello and welcome to this exclusive video. Today, we're tackling one of the most pivotal questions for anyone who's ever been in a toxic relationship. It's a question that often lingers in the mind of those who've endured the mental and emotional destruction of such relationships. How do I differentiate between a narcissist and a psychopath? How do I know if my partner, friend, or coworker is a narcissist or a psychopath? In this video, we're going to deep dive into the similarities and differences between these two personalities, but hold tight because by the end, I'll reveal the most dangerous difference that will allow you to easily distinguish between the two, potentially saving yourself from further emotional chaos. Before we jump into the content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This video is going to help a lot of people, and your like and subscription will make sure it reaches as many as possible. Let's dive in. Let's start with a truth many don't want to admit. The line between narcissism and psychopathy is often blurred. Both are incredibly destructive, and they lead to ruin for anyone unfortunate enough to get involved with them. Here's the key. Both the narcissist and the psychopath lack empathy, conscience, and the ability to form real emotional connections. They are emotionally empty inside. While they may mimic feelings like love or sympathy, they don't actually feel them. They are experts at faking it, but beneath the surface, there's nothing. Another similarity is that neither can take responsibility for their actions. They never admit mistakes or flaws. Instead, they blame others for everything. In their world, they are never wrong. Both are energy vampires. They don't nourish relationships, they drain them. They need their supply of validation, power, or control to survive. Once they've used you up, they discard you like a disposable tool. Being in a relationship with a narcissist or psychopath usually ends in devastation, emotional destruction, manipulation, and even suicidal tendencies in extreme cases. They will seduce, deceive, and exploit you to get what they want. And once they've worn you down, they move on. While the damage they cause is similar, there are key differences between a psychopath and a narcissist that can help you spot one from the other. 1. Organization and control. How they manage their lives. One of the first differences I want to discuss is their level of organization. This may seem trivial at first, but it's actually a significant clue. A psychopath is notoriously disorganized. They have difficulty managing their life, their finances, their career, their relationships. They often live in chaos, getting into debt, borrowing money from others, or not keeping up with basic responsibilities. They don't care much for structure because they live impulsively and in the moment. There is no long-term planning, only immediate gratification. On the other hand, a narcissist is the complete opposite. They are meticulous, organized, and obsessed with managing their image. Financially, they avoid debt at all costs because it could harm their reputation. They are strategic about how they present themselves to the world. A narcissist likes to appear in control, and maintaining their facade of success and perfection is a full-time job. Their financial life, career, and personal relationships are more structured, controlled, and intentional. So, if you are dealing with someone who is constantly in financial trouble, disorganized, or chaotic, that's more likely a psychopath. A narcissist, however, will be the one keeping everything neat, polished, and under control. 2. Self-confidence. An inner versus outer facade. Now let's talk about confidence. Many people think that narcissists and psychopaths are both supremely confident, but this is where things get interesting. A psychopath's confidence is rooted in their internal sense of self. They believe in their ability to manipulate, control, and deceive. This self-assurance comes from their internal sense of power. They're often extremely calm, composed, and seem like they know exactly what they're doing. But a narcissist's confidence is completely external. It's a facade that requires constant validation from others. Narcissists seek admiration and approval from the people around them, but deep down, they fear that they are not enough. Their self-worth is fragile, and it's dependent on the world's perception of them. This distinction is crucial because it helps you understand that a narcissist is insecure beneath the surface, whereas a psychopath has a deep, pervasive belief in their own invulnerability. A psychopath's confidence comes from a sense of dominance, whereas a narcissist's confidence is based on validation from others. 3. Punishment. Control versus sadism. The next difference I want to cover is how each deals with punishment. A narcissist punishes others to feel important, to assert control, and to remind their partner or victim of their power. The narcissist's punishment is designed to keep the other person in line, to make them feel insignificant, and to reinforce the narcissist's dominance. This punishment is about making the victim feel inferior, unworthy, and emotionally drained, all so that the narcissist can feel in control. The psychopath, however, punishes others for an entirely different reason. It's not about control or validation. It's about sadism. Psychopaths punish because they derive pleasure from the suffering of others. Their punishment is about satisfying their own ego, about making others suffer because they believe others deserve it. They have a need to break and dominate others for the sheer pleasure of it, not for any sense of superiority. This is a chilling difference because while both are capable of cruelty, the psychopath's actions are far more malicious and calculated. 4. Recklessness and risk-taking. Psychopaths are known for their thrill-seeking, risk-taking behavior. They often engage in dangerous activities, whether it's gambling, extreme sports, or even criminal activity. They need constant excitement to stave off boredom. They're impulsive, reckless, and often find themselves in situations that could lead to their downfall. Narcissists, on the other hand, are generally more calculated. They're not necessarily seeking physical thrills or dangerous activities. Instead, their risks are more about their image and status. They might make extravagant purchases, take on risky business ventures, or engage in behaviors that bolster their sense of superiority. But their risk-taking is more about maintaining their image, not for the sheer rush of it. 5. Intelligence. More than just a number. This is a subtle difference, but it's important. Psychopaths often have a high IQ. They are strategic, manipulative, and they think several steps ahead. They use their intelligence to manipulate, control, and deceive, all while remaining several steps ahead of those around them. Narcissists, however, are typically of average intelligence. They may be savvy in social situations and know how to play people, but they do not have the same intellectual edge that a psychopath might have. A narcissist's strength is in their ability to charm and manipulate, but their intellect does not give them the same cold, calculating edge that a psychopath possesses. 6. Victim's role. The goal of exploitation. When it comes to relationships, a psychopath views their partner as a tool to achieve their goals. They don't care if they destroy the person along the way, because once they've used that person for what they need, they'll discard them and move on to another. A narcissist, however, views their partner as a source of narcissistic supply. They need their partner to continuously validate them, feed their ego, and maintain their sense of superiority. The narcissist's destruction of their partner happens slowly as they emotionally drain and manipulate them. They need their partner to exist, but only to serve their needs. 7. Appearance. Surface versus image. The next difference is in their appearance and self-interest. A psychopath may care about their appearance, but it's not an obsession. They might want to appear attractive, but they don't put as much energy into their outward image as a narcissist does. A narcissist, on the other hand, is deeply concerned with how they look. They care about their health, their fitness, their style, and their appearance because their self-worth is tied to how others perceive them. A narcissist is obsessed with looking youthful, perfect, and flawless, fearing aging and the eventual loss of their physical appeal. 8. Boredom and routine. Psychopaths tend to get bored very easily. They change their relationships, jobs, hobbies, and even their lifestyle frequently because they crave excitement and novelty. They are always on the lookout for the next thrill. Narcissists, however, tend to stick to a routine. Their lives are structured, and they usually stay with the same partner, the same friends, and the same job for extended periods, though they will continue to manipulate and exploit people over time. 9. Degree of danger. More than just toxicity. While both the narcissist and the psychopath are toxic, the psychopath is generally far more dangerous. This is because the psychopath knows from a young age that they are different. They have a deep, inherent understanding that they are incapable of feeling emotions like others. They are aware of their malicious tendencies and are more likely to engage in criminal activities. A narcissist, however, is usually unaware of the depth of their dysfunction. They may cause destruction, but they do not have the same predatory drive as a psychopath. 10. Origin of deviation. Nature versus nurture. The most crucial difference, the one that sets them apart most dramatically, is the origin of their disorder. A psychopath is born with a neurological disorder. From birth, they lack the emotional receptors necessary to feel empathy. Their brain is wired differently, and this lack of emotional capacity is what makes them a psychopath. They are born this way. A narcissist, on the other hand, develops this personality disorder through childhood experiences, typically stemming from an environment where they were either excessively indulged or neglected. The narcissist's disorder arises from their development and life experiences, rather than from an inherent defect. We've now explored the shocking and distinct differences between a narcissist and a psychopath. While both personalities lead to catastrophic consequences, understanding these key differences is vital for recognizing the danger they pose in your life. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Your support will help this vital information reach more people. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experiences and thoughts on this topic. Is your partner a psychopath, a narcissist, or both? And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe and be happy.